Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another PSA video. As you all spoke loud and clear that this is what you want at the moment, that you want more PSA content since my top 20 scariest PSA video has gone nuts. So since I'm in the groove of redoing my old top 20s that I did in the past, today I will be redoing my top 20 favorite PSAs. What a time to redo this list, since honestly I wasn't that happy with the top 20 favorites video even not long after I uploaded it, as my opinions already changed probably about a week or two after I posted the video. So, you know what? Let's just get straight into the video.
Tobacco companies show you images of what life would be like if you smoke.
They tell you tough, hard-working people smoke their cigarettes.
That you look cool, hip, hell yes.
That smoking makes you independent, beautiful, and mysterious.
But the reality is that you can end up looking like this.
So this PSA managed to squeeze its way on here. I used to think that this PSA was pretty average, but honestly it's kind of grown on me and I actually like it quite a lot now. The more I think about this PSA, the more I actually like it, and the more I believe my theory that each scene is meant to represent how certain tobacco companies would advertise their cigarettes. I've talked about this PSA countless times, and I remember it fondly. Hey, it might be my nostalgia talking a little bit because this was on like every DVD I owned.
Son, I figured when you were old enough, I'd talk to you about drugs. I'd tell you they're nothing but poison. Tell you to stay away from the garbage that pushes that junk. Only I never figured that I ought to be telling that to a 13-year-old.
If you don't teach your kids to say no to drugs, it's as good as saying yes.
Honestly, a great twist ending PSA and a very memorable one. I think you all know this since I've said it literally time and time again that simplicity goes a long way, and this PSA does that very well. Just having the dad talk to their son about drugs until it's revealed that their son actually died from drugs as the father's at his grave is really well done. It's a standout PSA from Partnership for a Drug-Free America though.
Thanks for the lift. You all right? Yeah, all good. Phil, look after yourself, mate.
You home early?
Yeah.
You alright?
Yeah, fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
What's going on, Phil?
Jared. I was almost killed today.
This is a PSA where I believe that it isn't my nostalgia talking. The PSA is just a very simple premise fleshed out into a minute-and-a-half long PSA. This is one PSA in a whole campaign, and I do think that this is the best one just by a little bit. They're all really good. For this PSA, at least you do see a little bit of the events with like very brief cuts when the dad gets home from work. You actually get to see a little bit of what happened.
Blasted bikes. Where's he gone?
Why not look at it from the motorcyclist's point of view?
Busy road. Truck behind. Road surface is changing. The car turning ahead. Is he going to pull out? Give him room. Traffic's slow. Well, my lane's clear. Plenty of room.
This PSA was ahead of its time. You know that I love TAC at their PSAs. Besides those ones, but with PSAs like this, they just got to be as creative as they want, and they really pay off since they become like one of the most memorable Australian PSAs of all time. I know that I originally had What Happens If You Wipe 5 Off on here, but this PSA as well as a few other TAC PSAs are much more memorable and PSAs that I like more.
Sometimes you just lose alone. Oh, you don't always die from tobacco. Sometimes they just snip out your tongue, and you won't sing worth a heck with a big hole in your neck, 'cause you don't always die from tobacco.
I could sing the whole song in this PSA, it's literally that memorable for me. Oh, you don't always die from tobacco. I think that this PSA is effective whilst also being interesting since this was all set up in public. In my eyes, this is probably the best truth PSA ever made, with close seconds being Unsweetened Truth and 1200. But it's just the execution that makes this one so memorable in my eyes, and I actually really love this PSA. Hey, this is a PSA I literally just talked about again. But what's there to say? The simplicity absolutely works in its favour, and it's so memorable and delivers the message in a very well done way. The PSA's always stuck with me because I've always thought that this PSA is great. Another PSA I just talked about. Is there really much to say about this PSA that I haven't said yet? This is probably the millionth time I've talked about this PSA, and what else is there to say? I've said many times that this PSA is simple but effective, and that's what makes it so memorable. And I really like this PSA a lot.
Guess what?
What?
Can you keep a secret?
Maybe. What is it?
Come here. Look.
Wow.
See? Isn't that neat?
What is it?
I don't know, but I found it first, so it's mine.
What's that up there? Is that cheese?
Could be. It sure looks like something to eat, doesn't it? I wonder how this works.
Hey, don't touch it if you don't know what it is.
Why? What's wrong?
Well, I'm not sure. I just think that if we don't really know what it is, we shouldn't touch it. It might hurt us.
Well, then what should we do?
I know that some things are okay, and some things are not. And I think if we don't know, we should ask.
Ask who?
Somebody who knows about stuff like this.
Oh, you mean like Mom or Uncle Fred?
Yeah, or somebody else we trust. We don't have to be afraid, but we do have to be careful. Just because somebody leaves something lying around doesn't mean it's okay for us to play with.
Well, I found it, so I get to tell first.
Hey, wait for me. Race you home.
A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
This PSA is just wholesome, and that's what I like about it. It's actually a light-hearted PSA, and they could have gone the disturbing route with this PSA, but they didn't, and that's what I absolutely respect about this PSA. There aren't many good Canadian PSAs, but I'm glad that there are a few out there, because PSAs like this are great. This PSA is mainly catered towards kids with all the puppets and stuff, but it's a great message for kids to know to not touch things without asking a parent. It is a very good PSA.
If this is how your child feels after losing you for a minute, just imagine if they lost you for life.
One of the most nostalgic for me, and it still gets me. It's so sad, but I find it effective because of that. It really hits a home run with its message, with the fact that your kid's so upset when you're gone for a minute, but imagine how upset they would be if you're gone for life from smoking. This PSA is still extremely underrated, as I don't see anyone talking about this PSA anymore, and no one has, like, ever.
PSA for all creatures great and small.
Honestly, this PSA is so good. When I think of a great RSPCA PSA, this is what I think of. And it does start off quite a bit sad, but it does end with a very wholesome ending. Also, this is yet another PSA I saw many times when I was younger, and I'm glad I did, because it's a great PSA.
When your smoke alarm goes off, make sure you know what to do. Plan your escape now or you might live to regret it.
This is such a sad PSA because it could happen to anyone. The visuals of the nightmare is really well done, but the end of the PSA hits so hard where he wakes up to his family completely gone. You see his family disappearing in the nightmare through a fire, but he wakes up to not have his family around with him, so obviously the nightmare that he had actually did happen. You do expect him to wake up to his wife being in the bed next to him, but no. This is very depressing but real with the fact that his family is gone from the fire.
Is this yours? Absolutely. Where'd you get it? And how do I get it? Because I want it. You can get it by clicking the join button that's next to the subscribe button on my YouTube channel to become an exclusive member of my YouTube channel. That's cool and all, but what do you get if you sign up? Well, since you want to know.
If you sign up to my YouTube memberships, there are certain rewards that you can get at certain tiers. So let's just start with my first option, which is $2 a month, is the pirate tier. Just by signing up, you get access to my loyalty badges, which change in color depending on how long you've been a YouTube member. You get cool little emojis you can use, and you get a shout out at the end of all my videos. If you want to level up your game a bit, you can go sign up to my pusher tier, which is $5.35 a month. This tier gives you cool things such as early access to new videos, which every time when you get early access to new videos, it'll be at least a day before the public gets to see the video. And also you get the added benefit of getting frequent updates on videos and how I'm going with progress on new videos that are coming out on the channel. So let's go another tier up with the Pee Wee Herman tier at $8 a month, where you can get access to my video scripts and even vote on polls for videos I'll make in the future.
This is crack.
Lastly, but certainly not least, is the biggest tier is the Pee Wee Herman tier for $16.75 a month if you're a big bowler. So yes, the last tier is for the big ballers that want to support me with the big bucks, and also I should mention with every single tier you get an exclusive Discord role in my server. So for as little as $2 a month, you could sign up to my YouTube memberships by clicking the join button down next to the subscribe button.
The road is long.
If you try to stop a friend from using drugs, you may not succeed. But at least you tried. And that's what friends are for.
A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
Without a doubt, the best Canadian PSA. It's unfortunate that there aren't many good Canadian PSAs, but it's even more unfortunate that I can't even play the audio in the PSA because it's probably copyrighted. But let me say this, the PSA has a brilliant message that was honestly ahead of its time and was much better than what other anti-drug PSAs were doing. Everything from the visuals to the music absolutely accompanies the mood of the PSA. Also, if the music does get copyright claimed, the song is He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother from the Hollies.
Fairfield County 911.
I need help.
Where are you at?
Well, ma'am, I don't know exactly, but I'm freezing, and my girlfriend is freezing.
Mike, I want to help you so bad, hon. I want to find out where you're at.
My phone's just about to die. You're my last chance here. We're scared. Please help us.
Without a doubt, the best partnership for a drug-free America PSA. It's depressing as all you hear is a real phone call of a couple that got lost in a blizzard whilst high on meth. This actually happened in 2005 where the couple were heading home to their apartment and got caught in a snowstorm. They got caught in the snowstorm because their truck crashed about 23 miles away from their apartment, so they had to walk through the snowstorm. They ended up dying because of it. So the call in this PSA is the last call that they made to the authorities before they did end up passing away. And that's really depressing.
There's just a huge void and there's nothing to fill it. Nothing at all.
The driver had been drinking and just smashed his car into the back of Michelle's car, and she died of head injuries.
Oh, she was lovely. She was full of energy, full of enthusiasm. Even if I could just hold her hand for 5 minutes, or tell her again how much I love her, or just touch her hair, I would give the world for that.
Another excellent but depressing PSA. This is another thing that could really happen to you, and it's just depressing and sad because of that. I guess it's so real because it actually did happen. But this is one of my favorites because of the reality of the situation, and they don't shy away from it, as they just let the couple talk about what happened.
How much brain damage the designer drug ecstasy causes. It's still being tested. Take ecstasy, and you're the guinea pig.
Yeah, this is not number one anymore. I'm still a sucker for this PSA, don't get me wrong, but I've talked this PSA way too many times. It really is a simple but effective PSA. It's disturbing, it's effective, it's very informative to how dangerous ecstasy is. And honestly, I don't have anything else to say about this PSA. Now this is a PSA that really fell under my radar for a while. I'd seen this PSA many years ago, but it never really caught my attention until about 2 or 3 years ago where I actually took it in properly. Also, let me say that this PSA holds up. This whole campaign did the same thing where they showed footage of the victim before the car crash and then end up telling you in text what happened. It's really damn effective. And they all did the same thing, but it's just so good. It's a brilliant idea for the PSA campaign, and I really like the twist for this PSA where the victim actually did survive for 11 years and then ended up passing away later on, which I assume to be from the effects of the crash. It's just really depressing.
Dang, bro, I'm so late. Yeah, I'm late to class, man. Yeah. Thinking about who I was gonna vote for, probably Drew. Jasmine. No, bro, she's fake. She's fake.
President, here you go. Thank you. Hi guys, vote for me for class president. Hi ladies. I'm not voting for this. Can you believe this? Bye ladies.
Someone wrote dead man on my poster.
Dude, this Sherlock, right?
Just leave me alone.
You're not voting for your ex-boyfriend.
Here you go. Thank you. Hi guys, vote for me for class president.
Your principal speaking. Don't forget, cast your vote today.
All right, come on, guys. Gym class ended 5 minutes ago. Let's go. Yo, stupid freak!
Look at me!
Yay, a touchy subject that I can't really talk about on YouTube because YouTube will automatically age restrict me for talking about this. But let me say this, I love the approach of this PSA showing the point of view of what I will call a gunner before they snap. The build up of the events isn't the best, I'm going to admit, but the ending absolutely pays off because it's just so well done. Like the ending where the gunner walks into the theater and yells, "Look at me," is really powerful stuff. You can hear the emotion in his voice, the anger and the sadness. It's just an excellent performance from the voice alone, and it really pays off for the rest of the PSA. Obviously, this is extremely depressing, and it's even more depressing that this still happens in America.
Two every metre is my understanding. Chris?
Come on, Dad.
There in a minute.
Chris, have you had any alcohol drink today?
Just had a couple of beers.
Fluid breath test indicates that your breath contains alcohol. There's one other thing, I'm not sure whether you're aware, the young fella has in fact died. Are you aware of that, were you, Chris?
This is another PSA I just talked about, but damn, it's an excellent idea for a PSA. Following a man that caused a car crash where a child passed away and living with the grief by seeing the child everywhere he goes is absolutely excellent and a really well done idea. It's absolutely powerful stuff, and let me say it again, Think thought it was powerful too since they decided to copy the PSA, literally beat for beat, but without the emotion from the main actor. Just a fantastic PSA that I love.
Hello?
Hi, Mum.
Andrew? Not like you to call?
Yeah, I just wanted to say hello.
Oh, all right. Look, it's really noisy and hard to hear you. Are you at a party?
Dude, put down, let's go. Yeah.
Right. Hey, Jenny wants to know, are you going to come on Sunday? Remember it's Grandpa's birthday, we would love you to be there.
I don't think I'll be able to.
Really?
I'm sorry.
Okay. Are you out with your uni, mate? Andrew, you are actually doing some study this year, aren't you? Not just partying all the time?
Yes, Mum.
Are you keeping on top of your studies? Andrew?
Yes, Mum.
I've told you before, first year is important. You really need to knuckle down, mate.
Yes, Mum. Is Dad there?
No, look, it's really hard to hear you, love. He's on his way home. Why?
Oh, no reason.
Andrew, is something wrong?
No, I just wanted to say hi.
What's wrong, love? Talk to me. Andrew?
And I love you, Mum.
And I love you too, honey. Where are you? Andrew, you're really scaring me. Andrew, what's that? I can't hear you, Andrew.
Somebody! Help!
Now this is TAC's magnum opus, and that's pretty impressive since we literally just had a TAC PSA on the last entry of this list. But I do think this one's just the tiniest bit better because I felt there is a bit more emotion in this PSA compared to the last one. Also, this PSA is a lot more simple, which absolutely works in its favor as it just stays in the car the whole time. I swear TAC manages to get some excellent actors for their good PSAs, like it's ridiculous. All their good PSAs have brilliant performances and I don't know where the hell they get them from. They just whip them out and make awesome PSAs because their actors deliver awesome performances.
up. Safety belt test at 9. Hurry.
Not another windshield taste test. Count me out.
What? The old pro backing down from a motorhome?
Nothing like that. I'm just tired of trying to convince people to wear safety belts. No one's listening.
Safety belt saved Barbara Mandrell.
You're right. Someone listen. Let's hit the road.
You hungry, partner?
Let's do some donuts on the way in.
Good idea.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
We are the dummies crashing on through, busting our heads just for you.
My name is Vince. This job makes me sore. If you'd buckle up, I wouldn't do it no more.
They call me Larry. I'm a dummy too. When you don't buckle up, the dummy is you. Buckle that belt. Got one thing to say, and we know we're not wrong. When you go for a ride, put your safety belt on.
After this joyride, I'm out of the crash dummy business for good.
But Vince, it's a great job. Heck, they'd have to pry me away from it.
Anybody home? Larry, they do pry you away from it.
Oh, yeah.
For years, I've been eating steering wheels. For what?
To prove how safety belts save lives.
But thousands die every year in car accidents because they don't buckle up.
Vince, we're dummies. We don't wear safety belts.
Larry, you really know how to hurt a guy. Hit it!
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Gosh, Darlene, it sure is amazing how much we have in common.
I know, Larry. We both love three-car pileups. We both were built in Buffalo.
And we both know wearing safety belts helps save thousands of lives.
Yeah, this is fascinating.
Don't mind Vince. He's getting over a bad breakup.
I know. Janet's picking up the pieces, too. They're in here.
I wish they understood it's all worth it to get people to buckle up.
Hey, lacerated lovebirds, I sense a major crush.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Talk about head over heels.
Two guys have lost more limbs than a tree surgeon, Vince and Larry.
I love these guys. They remind me of my husband, always broken in a dead-end job.
By getting people to buckle up, they've saved thousands of lives. On the job, what's the first thing that goes through their heads? The steering wheel!
Vince and Larry, tell me, how do you want your coffee? Regular or decapitated?
Everybody give them a hand.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Wow. Was anyone surprised? This whole campaign is excellent, and honestly, it's not even talked about enough. They ended up becoming absolutely huge in the 80s and 90s, and is probably one of the most successful PSA campaigns of all time, if not the most. As all the PSAs go, they're all very smart, but also very funny, and they managed to blend those two together excellently to make awesome PSAs. I love how these PSAs don't rely on scare tactics to get the message across to the viewer, but instead they just focus on Vince and Larry, which are very well fleshed out three-dimensional characters, whilst they go through car crashes and other things. Lastly, let me say that Vince and Larry are the most fleshed out characters in PSA history. They're absolutely fantastic and work off one another very well. And they're easy to understand too, which is absolutely amazing. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this redone version of my top 20 favourite PSAs. If you're enjoying the PSA content, make sure to like the video and let me know down in the comments if you want more PSA videos, because, hey, if it's doing well and you all enjoy it, why not? Also, subscribing to the channel definitely helps. Anyways, let's just get straight into the shoutouts.
Massive thanks to the following supporters. Massive thanks to Ash Crimson, Miranda S, Diamond Pony, and Madeline Stringer for supporting my $2 pirate tier. Massive thanks to Elliot, Angie Patterson, and Juliet Wakefield for supporting my $5 pusher tier. Massive thanks to Sam M 1994 for supporting my $10 Pee Wee Herman tier.
Lastly, a massive shout out to Fatima and Kadora for supporting my Top Chef tier.
If you want to find out how you can get your names in my videos, please make sure to click the little join button on YouTube, or otherwise click the little Patreon logo on screen at the moment. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video.